Hello and welcome to Rathod's IAS Academy. Today in this session we are going to continue our anthropology syllabus decoding. So actually we started with paper 1, right? So anthropology, it is for your optional. You will be having 2 papers and each paper carries 250 marks. So overall you will be having 500 marks for your anthropology. So actually there are 4 important papers that you have to focus in your mains. First one is your ethics, second one is essay, and third and fourth is your optional. So these 4 are the deciding factors whether you will be there in the list and which cadre you will be getting. So focus on these 4 papers, don't neglect. Okay, so in the last video we done till this religion. Okay, and now in this video I will be going to started with this 6th chapter and we will be continuing this paper 1 and today's video, and I will be also doing another video regarding paper 2, what is there in your paper 2, so that you will be getting an idea. So if you are a student who is confused with optional, which optional you have to take, so see the syllabus and try to see the micro listing of that topics of that syllabus and try to decode what exactly that syllabus is related to, and if it is overlapping with the GS or not, see that thing also, and you have to see whether the topics are interesting or not and whether the syllabus is static or not. And one more important thing here is you have to see whether the questions are repeated from the previous questions or not. So these are the criteria on which you have to decide your optional. Okay, let us see about the 6th chapter, that is theories. So I want to say one thing about theories is whichever optional you are choosing, there will be the part of theories for sure. But in anthropology, we are having only one chapter where you will be studying about 10 important theories. So I will be giving you brief explanation regarding how these theories will be. Okay. So first important theory is evolutionism. So what does this theory says? So this theory says that how it had been evolved. Evolutionism is saying something about evolution, right? So it is saying about a culture of a society. So it is talking about a culture of a society will be developed from a society itself. So the culture of a particular society will be evolved from that so and so society itself. For example, Indian culture developed from India. For example, US culture developed from US. So whether everyone will be accepting this theory? No. Theory, it is just a proposal. You may accept it or you may not accept it. It is not a fact. So fact is nothing but everyone should accept it. But theories are not like that. So because of that, we are having limitations and criticism of a theory. Okay, will everyone says that Indian culture originated only in India? There is no interference of any other culture? No, right? So this is one such a theory. And second theory will be very interesting. It is called as diffusionism. Second theory is diffusionism. Okay, so this diffusionism says that culture of a society, every culture of a society which originated from Africa, so from Africa it had been diffused to different societies. So this is a thing which mainly said by this diffusionism theory. But why only Africa? So there is also one reason which proposed by this anthropologist who said about this diffusionism was, like in Africa we have a Nile river, right? So because of this Nile river, that led to the good conditions for the production of agriculture, everything. So because of this, the society developed with the culture and that culture had been diffused to different societies. So this is about diffusionism. So like that, I want to give you one more example of a theory called as functionalism. Okay, so what is this theory? Functionalism says we have different social institutions. For example, we have marriage, we have family, like that, right? So whatever the social institutions are there, so they have certain functions to perform. So that is called as functionalism. For example, marriage as a social institutions, so certain functions to be fulfilled, So because of that, we come up with that social institution called as marriage. Like that, family is having certain functions to be performed. Like that, every social institutions, they have certain functions to be fulfilled. That theory is called as functionalism. So here in this theories, you will be understanding what is that theory saying, and you have to see about related anthropologists, like who gave that theory, and you have to see where they studied about that theory, in which area. So that is enough, okay? And you will be getting questions directly from this anthropological theories, okay? And next chapter is 7th chapter, culture, language and communication. So you know about this culture, right? So here, language is one part of culture. So if you take this culture as an umbrella, so we have different parts. For example, the way you dress. For example, here I am wearing a sari, but everyone will be not wearing a sari. Some wearing their western, some wearing their dress that they like. And you can see different types of languages, different types of art and architecture. Okay, so all these are part of culture. But language is a very important part, because if we want to preserve our culture, we have to tell that to our next generations, right? So for passing of information from one generation to another generation, the medium we are using is language. And in this language, so here we are not only having the language that we'll speak, but even there are a number of things include like sign languages. So even with the signals or signs, so we will be trying to communicate with them. So if you're talking about communication, communication means nothing but we are giving information from one person to another person, right? For example, if you take frogs, they will make sounds. And even if you see peacocks, they will dance, especially male peacock dances to attract the female. So in the same way, male frog will make the sound to attract female. So like that, how the communication is happening. Especially if you see the tribals, they have their own language, and they will be having their own communication methods. And even you have to see about what is languages, different types of languages that are spoken in our country, in which part of our country, which kind of languages they had been spoken, and you have to see related theories of origin of this language. That's it for this chapter. And next one here is 8th chapter. It is about research methods in anthropology. So especially in your socio-cultural anthropology, anthropologists, they will be doing the field work. They will be going to the place and they will be studying the thing in that place itself, right? So in that research methods, they will be using different methods of collection of data. They are called as tools of data collection. There they will be asking questions like questionnaires, interviews, schedules, census, etc. So all these comes under the different tools they will use for data collection. So once they are collecting data, they have to analyze the data, and they have to see which data is correct and which data is wrong, and they have to do some calculations, and finally they have to interpret the data and they have to write the report. So those includes your research methods. Okay, which are the methods they are using for data collection, analysis, interpretation and report writing. And here I want to give you a small example. So we have some words like interview. Next one is questionnaire. Next one is schedule. Okay, so these are the three important words that you have to see. So if you see these three words like interview, questionnaire, method and schedules, so all these three includes especially questions. Questions will be asked. If you have gone to any job, so they might ask you the interview, and even in your UPSC we have interview. It is the third or final stage. So in that interview, how the questions will be asked, you will be sitting before the panel and they will be asking you the questions. That means you will be having oral questions here. Okay, you will be having oral questions in this interview. So here in this questionnaires and schedules also we will be having questions, but these questions are not directly asked orally, but they are in the text format. Okay, text format questions are called as questionnaires or schedules. But what is the difference between this questionnaire? The person who is giving information, okay, person who is giving information will be filling that questions, that is called as questionnaire. But schedule means nothing but the person who is receiving the information. Okay, the person who is asking the questions, they will be filling that form. That is called as schedule. So why we need to have a schedule, especially it is one of the tool in our research methods in anthropology. So especially if you want to know the society how it was in the past, we have to go to these tribals. Yes or no? Yes, whenever we are going to these tribal communities or tribal areas, so whether the literacy is high? No, obviously. So because of this, now the person who is doing research, who want to get information, so he need to fill that form, right? So those are called as schedules. I hope you understand like how the research methods that we are using in this anthropology. And next one is ninth chapter. It is about human genetics. So human genetics is solely biology topic. Like you will be doing about DNA. So what is this DNA? And you will be knowing about especially chromosomes and how many chromosomes will be there. And what about this abnormal chromosomes? They are also called as chromosomal aberrations. So because of changes or some malfunction of your chromosomes. For example, some of these chromosomes are having only one tail. Okay, some they are big, some they are short, and some will be having additional chromosomes. Some will be having the missing chromosomes. So because of all these chromosomal aberrations, we will be getting genetic diseases. For example, like Down syndrome. Okay, so here we will be saying about these chromosomal aberrations and we will be saying about the diseases. And what happens if the disease have like if a person is having this genetical disease, so what will be the impact on that person, like that we will be seeing. So this will be a very interesting. Okay, and next topic here is human growth and demography. It is about demography. Okay, sorry, human growth and development. So in this human growth and development, so growth is nothing but it is a measurable. Yes or no? It is based on quantity. For example, how much growth you have seen in your nails, how much growth you can see in your hair. So like that, whenever there is increasing of size, we are talking it as growth, right? But what is the development? So can we measure development? Answer is no. So we cannot measure this development. Okay. If you see, so what development includes? So development includes two important things. We need growth obviously, and we need improvement in stages. So whenever there is growth along with the improvement in stages, that condition is called as development. For example, we have egg and sperm will comes and meet. So after egg and sperm are meeting, that condition is called as fertilization. After fertilization, zygote forms. Okay, zygote forms embryo and next fetus. Okay, child will be born. Okay, that is called as neonate. And next adolescent, neonate, after neonate infant, adolescent, next adult stage. So here the one stage is improving from another stage. So this is called as development. So we'll be saying about the stages of growth in humans and as well as developmental stages. For example, if you're taking the reference point like birth, so before birth, what are the development that happen? That is neonatal development. Okay, after birth, postnatal. So like that, we will be having the different stages that we will be understanding. And next one is fertility and demography. So I think you might have come across this word called as fertility. So I think you might know about this TFR, that is total fertility rate. So even in your prelims 2024, there was a question regarding TFR, total fertility rate in news. What is this? Okay, very simple question. That is nothing but in entire reproductive age of a woman, how many children she can give birth. That is called as TFR. Okay, so here whenever you are saying about this topic called as fertility, you will be also coming across another word, fecundity. So fecundity is nothing but how the biological development which is happening. For example, biologically women will give birth to how many? That is a biological. We can't change fecundity. For example, it is mainly based on hormones, egg production, and the growth, and whatever the environment is present in the uterus, like that. That is biological thing. We can't do anything regarding fecundity, but we can do something regarding fertility. So if you want to decrease this fertility rate, so government can go for planning, right? So we can go for different methods of controlling of reproduction. Okay, so here now the problem here is, if you are comparing the TFR with South India and Northern India is having more TFR. That is, more reproduction is happening in Northern India compared to that of Southern India. Okay, so what are the reasons behind this? So what happens if TFR is decreasing? Okay, like that we will be discussing lots and lots of points regarding that fertility in our anthropology course. And next one is demography is nothing but population. It is about your society. Here you will be seeing about theories of population. For example, I think in geography, in economic geography and human geography have been done with this Malthusian theory, Marxist theory, demographic transition theory. The same thing will happen here. Okay, same thing, nothing more. And next one here is you will be knowing about applications of anthropology. So applications of anthropology is very important, because where you will be using this knowledge of anthropology. For example, in human genetics, you will be knowing about DNA, fingerprints, everything, right? So whenever you are dealing with any case, for example, in forensic anthropology, you will be trying to solve any case by using DNA, fingerprints. There you will be using anthropology. And next, in sports also you will be using your knowledge of anthropology. So we are having different kinds of sports. So based on the anthropometrics, we can choose the sport. For example, if you are very tall, can you go for weightlifting? No. So if you see any Olympics, so who will be the weightlifters? They are short, because they have to lift only for certain distance. If you're tall, you have to lift for more distance. So if you're tall, jumping, long jump is very good. Okay, long jump, pole jump, like that, that will be very good. Okay, so in the sports anthropology also, in the sports also you can use your anthropology knowledge. And in your space, for example, in science and technology, if you want to go to space, you have to wear space suit. So if you see the average height of Indians, so it is comparatively less compared to the European countries, yes. So there again anthropometrics is very useful. So here we can't take average height of Indians and we can't make the suits for space. So we have to take individual measurements for making of the space suits, because not everyone will go to the space. Yes or no? For example, if you are making any order of clothes in either Meesho or any Flipkart or Agio, like that, so they will be giving the size S, L, XL, M, like that. So it is based on average size of Indians. Okay. And next important one here is, even in different areas you can use this anthropology equipments, like for example, if you're taking defense, so here we have different kinds of missiles. Yes or no? Missiles we have. So recently we are also getting this man portable missiles. That means man can carry those missiles. So for that we will be taking the average height of Indians. Especially there will be some specification. If you want to enter into army, you need to have that height. So based on that height, on average, they will be making this weapon, so that here army people, they can easily carry that man portable missiles. So like that, in different areas, you can use the knowledge of anthropology. Especially you have to know examples exactly where we are using the knowledge of anthropology. Okay, so in this paper one, especially human evolution is biological topic and human genetics is biological topic. So marriage, family, kinship, it is entirely your socio-cultural anthropology, and even economic organizations, political organization, religion part. And even culture, language and communication is also socio-cultural anthropology. Okay, and some part of this human growth and development is science. Okay, and even fertility and development, it is also socio-cultural anthropology. So can you see the biology element? Very less, guys. So if any one of you have the fear of learning biology in this anthropology, so you can see it, red color part is entirely your socio-cultural anthropology. Only this human genetics and human evolution part you will be learning biology. It is not that much difficult to remember that. Okay. So this is about in detail regarding your paper 1 syllabus of anthropology. And one more thing I want to say here is we are going to start anthropology course and we are going to provide on both online and offline, and it will be going to be started from 10th or 12th of December. Okay, and daily we will be having 2.5 to 3 hours of classes, and I will be doing within 3 to 3.5 months. And in that course we will be having daily answer writing practice. On every Sunday you will be having revision test also, what happened in that week. And after this course is done, you will be also having the complete full length test of anthropology. So don't be feared. So in the basic terms we will be learning, and exactly we are also going to do previous questions of anthropology as well in our course. So if you are interested, you can contact on the number which is given on the screen, that is 8074765513, and you can talk to me directly regarding this course. Okay, and cost is around 30,000 for online and 35,000 for offline. Okay, clear? That's all, guys. And if you like this class, please hit the like button. Please to share this class to your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to Rathod's IAS Academy. And in the next class, I will be posting about the paper to syllabus of anthropology. Thank you so much, guys, for watching.